Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is the second video on it, which is related to a data analysis on a particular data set. This is a data set related to heart disease, which I have taken from Kaggle.com. The columns which are present in this data set are heart disease, which contains whether yes or no value, and BMI of a particular person. So whether the person this is for whether the person is smoking or not, whether the person is drinking alcohol or not, whether the person is having had a stroke or not. This is regarding their physical health, mental health, and this is regarding to the diff walking and age category and their gender. Then there is diabetic, physical activity, general health, sleep time, asthma, kidney disorder, and skin cancer. Yeah, this is a particular data set we have taken from Kaggle, and I have done some analysis based on it and have used machine learning algorithm called decision tree to predict whether a particular person can have heart disease or not. So basically, the person will enter some values for all the columns in present in it, and he will find whether he will have a chance to have a heart disease or not. First, we will go through the analysis part, which I have done using pandas and numpy. Yeah, first of all, I have imported pandas, NumPy, and Matplotlib PyPlot, and I have given their name as PD, NP, and PLT, which I will use these names for in further programming. And pandas are used to do some statistic work, and NumPy are used to do some mathematical calculation, and Matplotlib is used to plot some graphs. In this, and we will go through the code now. I have used read CSV to load a CSV file and store it in a variable called df. And first of all, I need to remove some of the columns which I won't use in the coding, which is physical health and mental health. So I have registered into a list, and I have stored it in a variable. Here I have declared a condition called df column to check not equal to 0. Basically, the first process of data analysis is data cleaning. Here I have done data cleaning because there are many values. You can see here there are many values with have 0, and there is no use of the 0 value. So I need to remove the particular row. So I have used this code to remove that row which contains 0 values. So this is the condition for it, and I have stored that new CSV file to a new file called filtered file.csv. And here you can see that filtered file. Here you can see no 0 values present here, and I will use this file to proceed in further coding. In next block, we are going to see some basic operations like head, tail, and shape. You need to know some of the basic operation pandas. Head will give you first few rows, and tail will give you last few rows. Shape will give you the rows and columns, how many rows and columns are present there. Here, first of all, the first analysis we have taken is to find the total number of people with heart disease and the probability for a person to have heart disease. So I need to loop through the column called heart disease, and if the heart disease value is yes, I need to increase the count, and by this I can get the count of heart disease person, that is 6094. The next analysis, we are going to see that based on the gender, how many male would have a heart disease patients and how many female heart disease patients are here. So I have initialized male count and female count to 0, and the same coding I have used in this before coding part. The same coding I have used, except that I have used a zip function to since we are using another column which is gender, and here we are using an heart disease column. So I need to create two lists for two values, and I need to use zip function to combine those two lists so that I can use an for loop. And in this condition, I am checking if I is double equal to male and j is double equal to yes. I come to know that there is a male who is having an heart disease. So I am increasing the count by one, and same follows for female. And I am printing from the above data set. I have found that 3000 males are there and 3500 females are there with heart disease. The Here we are going to create a bar chart for the above analysis. In this, I have created a label for male and female so that I can differentiate both bars, and I have stored it in a list called labels, and I have given the counts value as a male count and female count as a list. And here I have used plt.bar to create a bar chart, and I have given an X label of gender and Y label of number of heart patients, and I have given the title for the bar chart as number of heart patients, and plt.show gives me the bar chart, and you can see the bar chart here. Next, the next analysis I'm going to do is with the BMI. So the normal BMI for a person should be greater than 18.5 or less than 24.9. So I'm here finding how many patients are having abnormal BMI. So I am using the same loop which I have used in the previous codes, and finding the count of people with who are having abnormal BMI. And the next code I am dealing with is how many people who are smoking has heart patients, and how many people who are drinking alcohol are heart patients. So, and if they are both smoking and alcohol, how many patients are like that? So I have used same conditions to use my um, so I have used the same conditions which I have used in the previous codes, and found that there are 25,000 people who are smoking and 3,000 people who are drinking, and the people who are smoking and drinking both are 2,500. So the next data analysis which I have done is regarding the age category. In a particular age category, how many heart patients are there? This is I am found. This is what I have found in this. Firstly, I am storing that heart patients in a number of heart patients in a particular variable called heart patients slash df, which you can see here. In this, we are getting only the heart patients list, which is yes. So this is this. Then I am storing that I'm converting that age category into a particular list, and converting that heart patients counts to a particular list, and I'm displaying that. You can see it here, right? See, you can see the particular list of age category and number of heart patients in a particular age category in a list, which are directly related to particular based on their indexes. Then before that, I have grouped the age category with a number of heart patients by using that function called group by, and I have created a bar chart for that using that functions bar, X label, Y label, and title. And since using this plt.show, I have given a bar chart for it. Since it's taking, yeah, here is the bar chart. You can see that 80 or older, how many of them. In this, you can conclude that at the age of 60 to 64, many heart patients are there. The final data analysis which I have done is related to asthma, kidney disease, and skin cancer. How many people having asthma has heart disease, and how many people having kidney disease has heart disease, and how many people having skin cancer has heart disease. And I have used this code to plot that graph, and you can see it here. How many people having asthma is having heart disease, and how many of them not having heart disease. And same is for kidney disease and skin cancer. Next, we would see the machine learning algorithm which I have used called this decision tree to predict whether you will have a heart disease or not. Here I have used a machine learning algorithm called as decision tree. Basically, what decision tree machine learning algorithm does is it gets some values from the user, and it will do some decision based on the values given by the user. During COVID times, you have noted that it will receive some details from you, whether you have gone to hospital, whether you are having cough, whether you have having some diseases related to COVID, like that, and it will say whether you are having COVID or not. This is based on decision tree. Like the same idea I have used here. What I have done is I will get whether the person is smoking or drinking alcohol or have a stroke already, and regarding his, yeah, gender, age, and I will get details regarding his general health, asthma, kidney disease, skin cancer details, and I will predict whether he would have heart disease or not. Basically, the next I have done is to remove some of the columns which I won't need in the later decision tree algorithm. So I have added them to a particular list and deleted using the function called drop. dependent variable is dependent on it is not dependent on any other variable, and it is the value is given by the user. The dependent variable is it is dependent on other variables, here the heart disease variable is dependent on various variables like smoking, alcohol drinking, stroke. But smoking, alcohol drinking are not dependent on any other variable, and they are independent, and their given values are given by the user itself. So the dependent variable heart disease is stored in a variable called target, and independent variable is stored in inputs. After deleting the certain columns, you can see that table. After deleting it, it is like that. So here I have used sklearn package to use my machine learning algorithm, and I have imported a class called label encoder. What does a label encoder does is a computer don't understand the string values present here, and it only understand the integer value. So I need to convert these string values in a particular integer value. So I have used that label encoder class, and I have created some objects for each columns, and I have used fit transform method to convert that values string values into an integer value. So here you can, and I have stored that all the integer values in a new column called smoking n, alcohol n, and stroke n. Here you can see that integer values. So I don't need of these previous columns, so I need to delete it. So I stored all the column names in a particular list, and I used draw function to delete it. And here you can see that integer values. So in the next line, I have imported a tree class for using the decision tree, and I have specified which tree I'm going to use, and it is a decision tree classifier. And I have created a variable called model, and I have given that input and target to it. And here you can see that accuracy, at what accuracy I will get the value or the final value. And I have used a score to find the accuracy of it. And here I have used the predict function to predict whether the person would have a heart disease or not. So I have given a particular value like this, and it predicted that you would have a heart disease. And if you given another set of values, it has predicted that you won't have a heart disease. So basically this is what the code does, whether it would find whether you have a chance to get a heart disease or not. But its accuracy is like zero point 0.8, not accurately 1, but it's more than half right. Yeah, this thank you for watching.